I hope there's enough light to capture this, but one more reason to dig potatoes with your hands. I was digging potatoes and I found this guy. Big old toad. Hey. So, yeah, if I'd been using a pitchfork, he'd be in pretty bad shape. So I hope he finds a good place to spend the night. He's got to get out of here because I'm digging potatoes. I got about 10 more minutes of light and I got to use them. Hope you make it, buddy. Good luck. Hey, it's Greg Otten here. Losing my light here, but I thought I'd just do a quick video. I took a little bit of footage this morning. I'll show that here. And I just wanted to follow up just on the difference between this morning and this evening as I'm going by memory in the plants that were affected by the frost. I just thought I'd show this for the sake of people that are really new to gardening or people that live in hot places that just don't have this whole frost thing. I just thought it'd be interesting to see the difference. So come have a look. Well, it's official. In all the ways that matter from a gardening point of view, summer is over. The frost is here. These are my parsnips. Look at the frost on that bed. That's where the beets were. I'm going to have to harvest all of this Swiss chard tonight because cold nights and Swiss chard do not mix. This is my eggplant. I just pulled them all last night. They are doomed now. There's the Russian kale. Look at the frost on that. Alright. That's a tough plant. It can take that. It'll be fine. It'll look great by this evening, and actually that frost will make it delicious. Same with the lacinato kale over there. That should be able to take it. The squash is doomed. The plant's done. I can't handle that. I'm gonna have to bring that in. Nice one. Anyway, I covered everything. Last night I'm just out here. This is before work. I gotta pull these tarps off. I covered my tomatoes and stuff. It's supposed to get up to 17 today, I think. And it's gonna be, I think we're not gonna have frost overnight for a few days. So I get a few more days out of these tomato plants. But pretty much over, I guess. Anyway, just thought I'd do a little quick video about that. So here's my Swiss chard. I harvested this half. I ate this, everything I could pick here except for a little bit because, you know, you always hold out hope. There's enough left there that the plant can grow back if we have another couple weeks of decent weather. But you can see these plants here. A good portion of the leaves have laid down from the frost. The Swiss chard's a pretty tough plant, but it can only handle so many cold, freezing temperature type days. And it takes a beating, right? So there's a good example. So zoom in here. Oops. That plant there, see all the leaves are welted. Looks like someone put boiling water on it. That's what happens to the leaves when they get hot. And that is what frost does, right? So probably tomorrow night we'll harvest all of these Swiss chard and finish them off. Because, I mean, it's going to be, you know, maybe 10 degrees above zero tonight and the next couple nights, but I mean it was 1 or something last night. We got frost last night. We got a hard frost and it wiped out a lot of things. Evidenced by this zucchini garden, which was fine yesterday. Now it looks like someone took a blowtorch to it, right? And this evening I'll pick up. I put a tarp over it last night, but it didn't have any effect at all. It was that cold. So I put this canvas painting tarp, you know, like you use, it's called a runner, or you use for rolling a wall. And I put that over top of this zucchini, and it didn't do nothing. The leaves are all dead. I might have saved some of the actually zucchini. I'm going to pick them tonight because it's pretty much over. There's my cucumber plants, which were fine yesterday, and now they were torched. They're done. So this is like, it's the last week of September, just for state of reference 2018. Now these kale, you look at the footage from this morning, they were all kind of like laid down. They were like, oh, Jesus cold, right? They were like, something just, what was that? Hey! Oh, it's just a bird. There was a huge, you can hear my heart is beating. There was a huge, so I live on this, next to this wilderness area, and there was a huge black bear in my backyard last night. The motion detector light went off, and I went out on the deck, and there was this thing, it looked like a black grizzly bear. It was that big. It ran into the woods, and I stood there for about a minute, and then it came back out, walked right towards me, and then I threw a pot at it. The deck's right next to the kitchen, and it took off. So anyway, I thought that was bear. It was just a little bird. It was nothing. Anyway, this kale was completely laid down this morning. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit here. But it's perked right back up, right? This is this Siberian kale. And it's tough, and it can take this. And it'll continue to sort of do well right up until, I don't know, November-ish, maybe even December if I'm lucky. Depends on the kind of fall we have. Same with this lacinato kale, right? It looks totally fine. This morning it was frozen, basically. And the great thing about this time of year is all that cold temperature makes the greens taste better. And any sort of pest that may have been a problem is just done for this time of year. They're done, right? Pest season's pretty much over. If you got a good mulch on, your worms and stuff will still work away in the soil, but a lot of your pests are sort of done. Here is a garden just the other day. And I'm editing a video that I did last weekend. This garden may have been in it, but this was all beautiful looking squash plant leaves. And they're just flattened right out. Not only that, but you can see this squash down here. Let me zoom this in a bit. Sorry about the shaky camera. I'm just doing this quick because I'm losing my light. See how it's dark on that side? That's frost damage. Even though it's a winter squash. Probably, see how it's supposed to be that nice lime green color. And it's got that dark patch. I don't know how that'll keep, but that's definitely from the frost. So I'm not going to worry about it tonight because we're not getting any frost tonight, but maybe I should have got that one out a bit earlier. I don't know. Some squashes don't mind frost and some do. This one seems to have been okay because it doesn't seem to have that discoloration. Didn't get it as bad. Oh, but I had over here I had this part of the garden, I had a couple these cardboard bags, leaf bags. I just threw them over top of this to protect them. That's why it doesn't have that dark coloration. I had something over top of it last night. There's some tomatoes there. Right? So I covered those last night, even though they're not red. These are beefsteak tomatoes, and I don't know if they're going to actually turn red this year. They might end up being green tomato chow, which is wonderful stuff. These tomatoes, which I covered with cardboard bags, the greens are torched. So these were fine yesterday, and now they're torched. Right? I laid them down on the ground, and I'm gonna, I think they'll be okay tonight. It's supposed to be like 10 tonight, much warmer. We got a big storm and rain coming and stuff like that, so it always warms up when we get rain here, because it's usually coming off the ocean, which comes from the south, the Gulf Stream, right? Anyway, that's okay, but the plants are done. And last night I took all these plants, they were all sort of up, and I just pushed everything down to the ground. And when you're moving into frost season and you're trying to get an extra week or two out of your plants, all those sort of vine plants, tomato plants and stuff like that, push them down, get them near the ground, because the ground's going to be warmer than the air at night, right? Because the ground will retain some of the, this time of year, the ground is warmer than the air at night because it's taking on the heat from the sun during the day. So get everything down by the ground, and some things will make it. These peppers are utterly devastated. Right? I'm going to pick everything that I can find here and make some sort of sauce out of them because it's up. The jig's up. Anyway, it's getting kind of dark here, so I got to wrap this up. But I just thought I'd walk you around and show you some of the devastation. And I'm not complaining or anything like that. It's all part of the season, and it's just what happens, right? And it's to tell you the truth, by this time of year, I'm getting kind of worn out from having to harvest things and process them and all that sort of stuff. So it's I like how the seasons change, and it never gets boring. You know, I really try to live in season as much as possible, and every time of year there's something you need to do. Okay, it's May, it's time to do this, and it's June, it's time to do that. I love having my patterns and my habits and my rituals driven by seasons. I really enjoy that. And having everything sort of shut down from frost, that's, in a way, it's just like nature saying, okay, Greg, time to move on. Go on to something else. You know, you did a good job, but move on with something else. Get on with your life. Right? So just thought I'd share that with you. It's getting a bit dark here, so I think it's time to wrap her up. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you gain some insight from that, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my podcast, maritimegardening.com, and until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.